Merci Madame Deleur. Donc passons maintenant à notre troisième galaxie, DevSecOps. Nous avons parmi nous un expert en cybersécurité, administrateur de systèmes de sécurité de l'information, reconnu pour ses compétences en sécurité, DevOps et DevSecOps. Il contribue activement à la sensibilisation mondiale à la cybersécurité à travers ses formations et conférences, classé top 1 Cybersecurity Content Creator sur LinkedIn en Tunisie. Aujourd'hui, il va explorer le rôle du SecOps dans la cybersécurité moderne. J'ai le plaisir de vous présenter Monsieur Mohamed Hamdi Wardi. Merci.
Okay. Can you hear my voice? Okay, that's cool. And it's an amazing feeling, to be honest, to be on the first time in this forum. And it's an amazing feeling, too, to meet an amazing students. To be honest, Team SUP'COM, you are doing a great job. And yeah, this is an amazing effort to make this event so successful. And today we're going to talk about SecOps. So to be honest, it's an amazing keynote. Thank you so much for the both. They talk about DevOps. Here we're talking about, the developers and the relationship between the developers and, the operation team. MLOps is something else, but I'm gonna focus today on the SecOps, okay? First of all, SecOps is not a DevSecOps, okay? Because here we are not integrating developer team in the security, okay? Because DevSecOps is another approach. But here we are talking about a relationship between the operation team and security team, okay? So we're gonna have a lot of fun, and absolutely we're gonna enjoy it. So it's working. So in a brief introduction, my name is Mohamed Hamdi. I'm a cybersecurity expert. Basically, I'm a cybersecurity operation engineer, active in a banking sector, also a university instructor. And yeah, I was a keynote speaker in some events like a TEDx, and it was a pleasure to be in basically, I can say, intervention with the FBI in a conference that is called InfraGuard. So yeah, we've talked AI there, and absolutely, I'm making some content. I'm creating some cybersecurity content because people they're really interesting about that. The students. Even the professionals, I get a lot of messages. And I want to say thank you so much because the last update, to be honest, that I got ranked as the top 10 cybersecurity content creating worldwide. So thank you so much for all the following the content. I'm really enjoying sharing the knowledge. And this is one of our missions as instructors. So let's get to the point. So my plan is really super simple. And I'm gonna just talk about a 5 point. For the team who are just showing the screen, can you make a diaporama? Because I have an animation, So I hope this is gonna be fixed. So we're gonna talk about why do we need SecOps approach, okay? So first of all, there is a need. Because if there is an approach, absolutely we're gonna fix it specifically with a need. And absolutely, we're going to talk about some tools, in the SecOps, some classical tools. And absolutely here, I'm waiting my screen because I forgot the agenda. Okay. So please, I want it full screen. I'm waiting. This is cool. Okay, thank you so much. Let's see if that works. Awesome. I'm gonna pay you, thank you so much. Okay. So why do we need SecOps approach? So we're gonna talk about that. And absolutely, we're gonna talk about the goals. Now, I have an approach, I have to implement it because there is a goals. This is super logical one. And I'm gonna talk about the key roles. Now, if you wanna just implement the SecOps in your team, what is basically the profiles or the roles that you're gonna need in your team? And absolutely, we're gonna talk about some classical tool and some misconceptions and absolutely challenges in a SecOps approach. So my question for the audience here, who want to create a company for the students? Who want to create a startup? Raise their hand. No entrepreneur? Okay, this is a little bit disappointing. Okay. Okay, so anyway, so one day if you want to create a company, okay, let's say that it's a startup, and you are right now a CEO of a leading e-commerce company. And let's say It's growing rapidly. Okay? It's a growing company, and it's an amazing one. And imagine that the main marketplace company is based on a website, okay? And you're dealing with 1 million of customers around the world, and absolutely your websites, it handles amount of transactions, personal data and intellectual property. Now, let's say that things going really so cool with you, and you earn a lot of money, okay? Your business is amazing, you are doing a fabulous job, but, you know, life is not perfect. Why? Because, you know, I see many people smiling here, you know, imagining this situation. But yeah, one day, why not, you know? So, but absolutely, you're gonna face a lot of challenges. Life is not perfect, okay? Because while you're enjoying doing that, your security team is facing a lot of challenges too, right? Why? Because, yeah, I mean, the company is constantly under attack. This is so normal. There is no business is no under attack. You know, this is a classical basic thing. And even, you know, the problem that your team is dealing with the attack after it's occurred. This is the problem. Because you are lucky, okay? You are so lucky when your company is under attack, your team gonna manipulate that. Okay? You are lucky each time there is a ransomware, you survive with that. There is a DDoS attack, you survive with that. You have a lot of luck. Okay? So, but there is no luck all the time. Okay? إذا كان ظهرت معاك, it's not all the time. Because one day, you're gonna take it. You're gonna take a help, okay? You're gonna just absolutely be in a situation when your website gonna be in a fabulous and so bad downtime. This is gonna affect the production. And absolutely, this is gonna touch the reputation. Again, we have to remember that each attack gonna touch the reputation of your company. And security is about a reputation. Now, if the people hear about that, no one wanna deal with you. So, I'm not gonna give you a lot of numbers, okay? But, you know, from those stats, basically, I found this one is so interesting, which is the average time to identify a breach is 194 days, which is really, really, really a lot of days. It means, you know, the hacker, he did the great things. He could penetrate your systems, make some modification there, and boom. After those days, you discovered that there is an attack. But why did that happen? Because basically, the IT team responding to attacks when they are already happen, rather than preventing them. It means that your team is reactive to the attack. It's not proactive. And this is the problem. Because your team is always reacting to the attack in a real time. When the attack happens, your team reacts. But there are no measures before the attack. And there is no preventing mechanism before the attack. And that's why we're talking SecOps. Now, can't be happen, and we can't work in a proactive approach, in a preventive approach, if there is no communication between the security team, the SEC, and the operation team. And this is the approach of the SecOps. Seems everything clear, I guess. So, let's give it like in a small example. And we're gonna address right now the conflict between the two teams. Now, basically, I know that the DevOps is super famous. You know that there is a conflict between the developers and operation team. But yes, it exists also a conflict between the security team and the operation team. And how this has happened. This is one example, by the way. Let's say that here you have your own security team. Your security team, you know, they identify a critical vulnerabilities, and they recommended an immediate patch to address an issue. Now, they discover the vulnerabilities, and they recommended they recommended to the operation team to make a patch, okay? But the operation team They reject that. Why? Because for the operation team, they care a lot about the availability of the service. You got it? So, أنا مانيش باش نوقف لك operation to make right now an immediate patch. So, and that's why the situation is going to be like this. They're going to fight. And to be honest, you know, I mean, like, I heard about even some situation when the company, even they lost effective. It means one of the operation team or the security team, they quit because of that. You got it? No approach, you feel lost, a huge conflict between the security team and the operation team. What is the solution? SecOps. So right now, we are searching for a SecOps. Now, my goal as an IT manager to make the both team love each other, okay? In a professional way, okay? So, and deal with each other. They have to feel the harmony. يكونوا متناسقين, you know? Like they have absolutely to talk to each other, to coordinate with each other, to literally prevent all of that. This is the SecOps approach. Absolutely, you have a security team, the operation team. My goal is to make the both teams connect, they talk about the problems, and absolutely solve it. So, and absolutely, yeah, this is the operation team with the security team. Now, let's say that the goals of implementing SecOps approach. Now, you may ask me, now, what is the goal? Okay, right now I have a security team. I have an operation team. They are working together. But what are the goals, right? So why we do that? So basically, the first goal is to establish a clear communication channels through regular meetings. They have to sit with each other, maybe weekly meetings, monthly meetings, I don't care. But they have to sit with each other regularly. And they have to talk about the things, you know? So here, for example, the SecOps can facilitate regular meetings between the security and IT operation team to ensure that the both are aware of each other priorities and the challenges. Again, from team to team, the priority change. For the operation team, their priority is to make things work. Patches, vulnerability, security things, they don't care. They care about availability. Security, they scared about that, you know? Their goal is about implementing patches. Why? Because when the company gonna have a data breach, who is responsible here? Now you're gonna put the blame on the operation team. And others, they're gonna put the blame on the security team. So we can't deal with that. So we have to sit and we have to make a weekly meeting, at least, okay? This is gonna be a great communication and it's gonna solve a lot of problems. The next goal is balancing security and operation needs. And here, you know, talking about what if, you know, because this is an amazing, by the way. Right now, I can say the security team can absolutely deal with the operation team with the security team gonna be, I'm gonna give you the vulnerability assessment. Now the security team is ready. They have the proof, they have the adilla, okay? They have all the proof and the clues that they have vulnerabilities. Now they're gonna give all of that to the operation team. And absolutely, they're gonna talk to each other and they're gonna schedule when the patch of those vulnerabilities gonna happen. We have a communication and we have a common schedule. The next one is about automating security processes together. Now, I can say like we can create some playbooks, some incidents, and I can say like how we can fix them gonna be automated. But absolutely, with the calibration, things gonna be easy, right? Right now, the operation team gonna provide some technical infrastructures information to the security team, and absolutely the security team gonna provide the expertise on how to respond to incidents. The goal with the automation of responding to those incidents is a faster incident resolution and reduce manual intervention. See, a lot of things gonna be fixed. Everything is going well, a very harmony between both teams. Okay, and absolutely, talking about here defining the metric, and reporting for SecOps performance. So the point here, basically, what if we can basically calculate the MTTR and the MTTD. Now, basically here, the goal is that the operation team going to provide all the information about the infrastructures, all the information that the security team going to need it, the metrics of the monitoring, and after that, the security team going to define security metrics like mean time to detect. It means, what is the time to detect the attack, and absolutely how it's going to take to respond to an attack. And absolutely, talking about the audit. I know, like sometimes if there is no communication, this is what's going to happen. Basically, the audit going to be perfect with the auditor, and then things going to just take a place as it is. Nothing will change, right? So why that happen, and why this is risky? Because if there is no communication, no security team going to know how to deal with the auditor, neither the operation team. Here, I think that you really, really understand the importance of the communication between the both teams. Now, let's say that, okay, your company right now, you want to just make the SecOps approach and all of that. So here, you can absolutely hiring some people, So let's say that you're going to start with security engineers. Absolutely, it's a core role. Some forensics experts, incident response specialists, and even IT operation staffs. Absolutely, this is so crucial because if you want to make a SecOps approach, you have to understand that you need people, okay? And in some small company, to be honest, you find someone, do all of that. You got me? So you have to invest in people because it's not logical that you put someone doing all the things. No expertise, waste of time, okay? So, if you want to invest in a SecOps, you have to hire, and you have absolutely to depend on your needs, the profile that you really going to put it in operations. So, some SecOps tool, really, really so classical. So, let's say right now, your company, your startup that you dream about is under ransomware attack. But hopefully, you have a SecOps approach. Okay? Right now, you feel a little bit safe. But what is the tools that you really use them to mitigate the attack? Yeah, like we can say that you are right now thinking about proactive sites, and you made some backups. Some classical tools, okay, like VM, Rubrik, they're going to offer you some automated backups. I'm not sponsored by this one, okay? Yeah, and yeah, you have some EDR. Absolutely, this is going to help a lot. CrowdStrike, I know what happened, okay? The blue screen and all of that, but yeah, they patched it. You can still use it. You can have some phishing simulations. Here, I'm going to point on something. Now, the phishing simulations, even the awareness in the SecOps approach is absolutely so crucial. Because you have to test the awareness of your employees. So we take it as a proactive action. So you need to make some phishing campaigns. That's why you can use some tools like Defense, like No-B4, whatever. There's a lot of in the market. But yeah, coming right now to some threat intelligence and monitoring. Look, there is a lot of CM in the market. But yeah, like I took this one from the Gartner. So they say like Splunk, it's a cool one. So yeah. Now, you put a lot of tools and you feel right now so comfortable. But again, I want to say something. It's not only about the tools. If you have all the amazing tools and absolutely you don't know how to manage the people and make them talk together and make a good relationship between the operation and the SEC team, this is not going to be like no worth. Okay? So, there is some misconceptions and absolutely some challenges in SecOps. Misconceptions, the first one, SecOps is too complex for a company like ours. I know some people, listen, I mean like, I know some companies that they really, how can I say it? They neglect the role of the SecOps. they're going to be like, what we are doing? We don't have that critical data, you know, like we are not working with the FBI, so I'm not going to implement the SecOps, okay? So this is absolutely not correct. The SecOps is for everyone. You can implement it even if you're a startup, okay? Another misconception, which is the SecOps is a one-time implementation. False, because you have to adapt with the threats, you have to adapt with the new attacks, you know, breaches, all of that, so you have to keep all your tools and even the knowledge of people updated. And it's about having the right tools. Again, you can have the most amazing tools, the paid tools that you imagine, okay, the most expensive one. If your team not gonna talk with each other, if the operation team and the SecOps team, they are missing the communication part, this is not gonna worth nothing. And absolutely, we're gonna just terminate with some challenges. So the first challenge is the integration of the SecOps approach. Look, it's not في ليلة نوضحها, okay? It's not that fast to integrate the SecOps. It takes some time. And even like it takes, you know, some strategies, talking, some meetings to planning for that. Because some people, they say like that, today I want to have a SecOps. This is not correct. You can't do that, okay? So it needs some time. And absolutely, alert fatigue and overload. Now, the SecOps team, they are dealing a lot with alerts. And absolutely here, if you have, you know, I can say a small effective, a little bit of people, they are dealing with the alerts, it's gonna be, you know, a huge problem. Another thing is the lack of automation. Now, this is basically, you know, it's an approach under the SecOps, but the automation basically is so important because you can put a lot of tools, but when you're gonna deal with the incident, you're gonna deal with it manually. And this is gonna make you waste a lot of time. Now, in the SecOps, we need the automation. So, it's better to see trouble coming than be surprised by it. Proactive better than reactive. And absolutely, be smart and believe in a SecOps. Thank you so much.